Hello Year 3. This is your ICT lesson focused on internet safety. In this lesson, we will learn the different ways to communicate with people online. We will understand the different communication channels and give the positives and negatives of communication channels. The words and phrases I will hear and use: device, games, play, online, ask, communicate, talk, help, safe, danger, online, and information. What do we mean by the word communicate? Have a think. What does it mean to you? Communication is sharing information, news, or ideas, making contact with someone, talking to someone, meeting up with someone, writing someone a letter, a text, email, or face-to-face communication. What is a communication channel? A communication channel is a device which we can use to transmit information, e.g. a mobile phone. Can you think of any other communication channels? How have you been talking to your friends? What have you been doing online to talk to people or to find out information from school? Communication devices. Here are some of the devices that you might use to communicate with your friends or to get information from school. You probably don't use all of them, but you might recognise some of them. Which ones do you use in your house? Let's think of everything we like to do when we use our devices. What do you use them for? Do you make videos? Do you play games? Do you speak to children? Do you learn things from school? Do you do research? What do you like to do? Now, which is your favourite communication device and why? Do you prefer to speak to your friends online on your games console? Do you call them up to have a chat? Do you send texts? Do you message them on your iPad? How do you communicate and what do you like? Why do you like it so much? Have a think about that. Device dangers. Mobile communication devices are not toys and they need to be handled with care. We're going to think about some of the dangers and create some top tips for using online communication devices. This is the sheet that you're going to complete. We're going to think about these communication devices, what we use them for, and what are the dangers. You can fill in this page on the Dojo instructions for this lesson. It's uploaded as your worksheet. So, iPads, tablets and iPods. What do you use them for? Maybe you have them, maybe you don't. If you don't have an iPad or a tablet, you can miss this one out. Can you think of any dangers when you're using your iPad or your tablet? Who might you communicate with? How could you make that safe? Using games or consoles. What do you use these devices for? Generally, you'll be playing games. But can you think of any dangers when you're online? Who do you talk to when you're playing games online? How does it make you feel when you're playing games online? Do you always have a nice time? Or are there some issues that you can think of? How could you make that better? Laptops and computers. Maybe you use one of these, maybe you don't. If you don't have one, you can miss this out. But what do you use these devices for? Maybe you use them for similar things as you would use your iPad or your tablet for. But can you think of any dangers here? What could be the issue with using laptops or computers? And now we're going to create some top tips. If children are using a new device for the first time, what top tip can we give them? Here's some help. Ollie Organisation says, be organised and keep all of your internet passwords safe. Izzy says, Limit your screen time each day. That's a good tip. Here are some others. Always ask permission first before using a phone or your laptop or your computer. Number 2, don't communicate with someone you don't know. You wouldn't speak to a stranger in real life, so don't speak to strangers online. Number 3, if something goes wrong, tell someone and ask for help. You might end up on a website that you didn't intend to end up on, but that's okay. You can ask for help and get it sorted out. Number 4, if in doubt, log off. If something's making you feel uncomfortable or something's upset you, then log off. Number 5, set yourself a time limit for using devices so that you've got a mixture of activities through the day, a variety of things to do. Use your communication devices for some of it, but then do other activities too. Number 6, check the age rating of games before you play them to make sure they're appropriate. Looking forward to hearing your response.